What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, coming at you from the Salt Lake City terminal. So little food out here, all they got to do is import flies to make the starvation appear more realistic. It's been a very disappointing last couple weeks, let me just tell you. Been kind of in a situation, for all you new for all you new trainers out there, listen, if you're picking up a student or something from one of the other terminals outside of Springfield, make sure that you get through and get their application for TWIG card either at their state or swing through Springfield, so you're not having to force yourself there and do all that kind of stuff. Am I a little crooked? I don't know, whatever. And if you happen to be somebody coming to Prime, do like I did. Be proactive. Get that shit before you even come. You know what I'm saying? Provided you can. But these last couple weeks have been me trying to force myself out to Utah so he could get his birth certificate and then sit out here for a couple days and then, try to force our way back to Springfield to apply for the TWIC. But every time we're about to go there, there's a load, let's just finish this load and we'll get you back and all this kind of stuff. And listen, you can tell by my hair, I've been out a long time. We're coming up on 2 months, and 2 months teaming is bad enough. 2 months training, that is a lot different than even teaming. And 2 months solo, I don't prefer to stay out that long, but it doesn't wear you out like this. I'm like at the last straw. I've only kind of raised my voice to my fleet manager 2 times, and one was a couple days ago. I'm trying to get home, right? Sitting out in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, this was going to be a load. Okay, if you finish this load, we can get you up to Springfield. Then I get a load going to a FedEx load going to New Jersey. Now, I didn't even need to look at it. I know that's paying all the money, all this kind of stuff. But there's always going to be a load that's going to pay so much money, I got to take it or something like that. So, it's the one thing I love about my fleet manager is it does seem like he's about that money. So I don't fault him for that. But when I've been out for this long, it kind of makes me a little grumpy. And so I got a little grumpy. Call back, told him don't mistake my frustration for anger. But I ended up getting taken off that load and ended up sitting the entire night waiting for him to get me a load going to Springfield. The load I was gonna get to drop off in Springfield, I started doing the math, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to get there in time to drop off this load for the next person. Or I'm not going to be able to get there by the time the TWIC office closes, and it's a Friday, so I'd have been stuck the whole weekend, or I'd have had to go back out and then come back in, which would have defeated the entire purpose. So I ended up deadheading to Springfield, which was, it was all right. My guy got his application handled. We got a load from Carthage, Missouri, coming out to Utah. One thing I was telling my fleet manager, you stay out this long, you start making these little mistakes. So I'm at the shipper and get the paperwork, do everything. I scan over the bills, put everything in, and didn't notice something made me check these damn bills. But I'd already left at this point. I was already in Salt Lake City, so I was out here a day and a half early. Looked at the bills. They got the same address for both deliveries, and it says the consignee or whatever it is for both of them. So I try to call up, get the stuff handled, and my normal dispatcher is not there. Anyway, I think we got it handled. I mean, you know what? One thing about the trucking industry, everybody keeps talking about automated trucks and all this kind of stuff. You know what? Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of people in the trucking business worried about shit before it's time to worry about. Whether it's, having to wear masks at a Tyson facility, or if you're going to lose your job because of self-driving trucks. Let me tell you this. The trucking industry is so far behind everybody. The last thing you need to be worried about is somebody or a driverless truck taking your job. All the hoops I had to jump through, and I'm not 100% sure that this situation with these bills is 100% fixed yet. I guess I'll know tomorrow. I mean, they said it is. I would have been assuming that I would have got new bills. In any, let's just say the business I came from, I've been at a closing with the client. There's a mistake with the paperwork, and you know what? Bam, just knock it out. This would have taken 30 minutes, if that, including the phone call to the company to tell them, hey, can you knock out some more bills and email them to us, or email them to our driver? But the trucking industry makes shit so hard. It's so backwards, Anyway, that's not the point. I'm just frustrated, you know what I'm saying? So, sitting out here in Utah, got out here a day and a half early. So, I mean, that's good. Get a chance to relax, whatever. Sent my student home since he lives out here just to get him away from the truck and give me a chance to sit by myself. But, I'd be hoping that I would come off the road into home time with a bang. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not about the money, but it is about the money. Money is the only way that you can really measure how good you're doing out here. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of people, driving behind you. You know what? You knocked out that turn real good back there. Or, that was way to back it in over there. So money's the only way to judge it. And especially when I'm coming off of home time, or going into home time, because I do plan on taking off, as I always say, plan on taking off so much time they want to send me back through PSD. I'm joking. I'm probably not going to take that much time off. At least 11 days. But, going into home time with the fizzle is just not the way to go into home time, But like I was saying, money's not the only way to, it's not about the money, but, these last couple weeks, I mean, I could have knocked these out. If I'm going to be in the mid twos or, whatever, I could knock that out solo. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm just a little frustrated, and this, trust me, it's not about the money. It's just about being out so long. Now, as far as the training situation goes, listen, if you plan on being a trainer with Prime, for the most part, you're going to see some significant pay. And if you happen to be somebody younger or somebody that doesn't mind staying out for a long time, I'm not one of the, I would never be one of these guys that trains and in the middle of training somebody, I go on vacation or take a bunch of time out. I'm feeling if I'm going to train somebody, I'm going to knock out the whole thing. And then if I do plan on continue training, I'll take my break in between. But I just think that is unfair. You know what I'm saying? Unless your student or somebody wants to go home or whatever, and you maybe figure that out. But just taking off home time in the middle of a student, or I just heard somebody quit. At some point, where's everybody's ethics? How are you gonna take on the task of training a student, and then just because a better job comes up, probably the same job you'd have got if you'd have just knocked out this guy for another month, you strand the guy and go take another job? That's some weak ass shit right there. But anyway, back to my frustration. So just a little bit too much sitting just because of the way things are. And it's just the kind of sitting I'm not used to. And it's not sitting because of anybody's fault. It's sitting because I need to get forced here. And then I need to get forced there. And I'm not able to take the natural lows that generally pop up. It's me trying to force people, force me into different locations. Which is why I always say that I usually like to stay out 5 weeks. 4 weeks of good running and a half a week to get home and a half a week coming out before that pace starts leveling out. So you guys that are out here running for 2, 3, 4 months at a time and stuff like that, you got all my respect, because once I'm out this long, I start doing little, it's just like I just don't have the same attention to detail that I would normally have. And it doesn't mean I've done anything wrong or anything like that. It's that I either need to pay a lot more attention to what I'm doing, or I feel like I'm missing something, and then I look, oh yeah, you know what? I was about to pull out without, unhooking that line or whatever it might be. Or in this case, not ensuring my bills were correct. Now everybody's, everybody at Prime or somebody, I don't know, they might say, oh, you know what, that's your fault. No, it's not my fault. It's their fault. I just didn't catch the mistake. So anyway, even if it is my fault, as many times as I've had to cover up for, other people, maybe now is my time. But as much as I'm as much as it feels good to pay it forward and prepare somebody to get out on their own, I cannot wait. Listen, if either of the people I trained are watching this, I love you both. But boy, I cannot wait to be solo. Man, I'm going to be chilling so hard. 10-hour breaks, all that kind of stuff. Not getting woke up in the middle of shifts. I cannot wait. Stop when I want to stop. But it's just been too damn long. Finally get to go home and partake in some libations and whatever. Maybe that, that's going to be a good way to decompress fast. And this Salt Lake City terminal, let me just tell you, that again, I've been out here twice. So I came out here like a week ago so he could pick up his birth certificate. Pulled in on a Friday night. No cafeteria, no company store, nothing. I feel like I'm walking around in an abandoned mall or something out here. Same thing today. So, I really don't care. I just need a good place to park. It's the little things, you know what I'm saying? So, it would be nice to be able to go in there and kind of, knock out a little bit of a meal so I don't got to drive down to this Maverick and get some pre-made, whatever. I don't know. I was just up at Pittston. Forgot why I had to stop there. Maybe we had a load. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to get some work done on my truck. Stopped up at Pittston, was there a day. And they were on some limited hours, so I don't know if there's a shortage of people that are in the food handling business or whatever. They certainly seem to have enough people, on the housekeeping staff, so maybe it's just a matter of general ethics, or not ethics, but hell, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I was looking at the lady here that's cleaning the shower room, stuff like that. It looks like she could cook a hell of a meal. Maybe you need to hire her to go down there into that cafe and knock that stuff out. I don't know, just a little irritated. Little stuff. Once you've been out, listen, for you new guys, once you've been out here a while, little stuff starts to irritate you. So pulling into a terminal when you're like, you know, maybe don't have, you know, maybe your truck's not stocked properly, or whatever the situation is. You know, it could be whatever, but you think, you know what, I'm going to run in there, going to get a nice meal, whatever, and just have nothing. Boy, that's demoralizing there. So now you got to go drop your trailer. I mean, I guess you could leave with the trailer, you know, but go drop your trailer, then go drive up to Maverick, then come back in. It's just a waste of time. But anyway, shouldn't be much longer. I think they had just sent me some information on the load to see if I wanted to take it going back out to Colorado. So that will be good. So I think that will put me home Wednesday evening, and have a chance to try to rejuvenate. I ain't want no calls. I ain't want nobody asking me when I plan on fucking reloading. You know, don't call me, I'll call you. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be home as long as I want to be home, because I might want to start putting in some time now, because when winter comes, if it's like last winter, I'm not messing with it too much. I'll come back home for a long time. I'll come back home for 3.5 weeks if this winter is like it was last week, or last winter. But anyway, I'm just a little frustrated right now, just trying to get this over with. You know, when you have a student on the truck, ask any trainer just about. If you have a trainee that wants to, you know, is like he's just trying to get through the mile, stuff like that, there is a definite change once that guy hits 30,000 miles. Definite. I mean, actually, you know, almost predictable. Now that I've seen it a couple times, it doesn't mean it's like, it doesn't mean it's bad. You could just tell the difference once they hit that 30,000 miles. So they start getting a little anxious, you know, stuff like that. Got to keep reminding people. Now probably wouldn't be a good time to get a critical event. Anyway, this is long-winded. I got way off topic, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to get a little bit more focused. I do want to do like I've been mentioning the last few times, but I got to get my head in the right position to do this review of my fleet manager, because I've been meaning to do that for a long time. And not just my fleet manager, but fleet management in general, whether that be my fleet manager specifically, those that cover him, and then night dispatch, all that. Just want to go over kind of my review on that. Anyway, sorry to keep rambling and all that kind of stuff. I do appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Comment, subscribe. I'm out.